Anyways, y'all, I'm going to try to make part 2 quick as well. I just wanted to get that short intro part 1 out of the way so that this nosy, obnoxious, absurd person would leave me alone. Okay? Very egregious individual who I will not name at this moment. But anyways, I just hooked this up and I actually got the instructions out and followed them, which is pretty good for me. But first, I got this spin down filter pumped in after the water heater. It looks all crazy right now because I didn't want to rejigger all this stuff. And so I basically put this up. It goes through a push to connect shark bite angle, goes through a shutoff valve, goes to my spin down filter, my brass bodied spin down filter. Okay, that's got the little drain thing. I need to get a tube that I can hook up to this at some point. Okay, but I mean, I can't, let me see if I have a, so I just turned this back on because I had to drain this, drain my hot water piping and stuff so that I could cut this up. But let me show you why. Well, shoot, is it not going to show up? Let me show you why I put this in here. Okay, because already just from having turned off my hot water and turned it back on, look at all that crap stuck up in that spin down filter. All of that was going to be ending up in my screens, on my appliances and my faucets and stuff. Okay, because this thing is brand new and was clean, and it's hardly had that much hard water come out, or that much hot water come out through it. Okay, and my water softener hasn't really even kicked in yet, and that's already how much junk this thing is picking up. So as this starts working, I'm thinking that this, all that sediment that's crusted on the inside of this, some of it flakes off and falls to the bottom, and then I have to drain it, and I have to stick a screwdriver in there while I'm draining it to get all the little sediment chunks out. But sometimes it shoots stuff out through the top. So now that I have hard water, I don't want to, I've been having to clean my screens and stuff, but you know, some screens are easier than others. Like my dishwasher screen is on the bottom, so it's not easy. I just had a single drip from up here, so it's not a good time necessarily. So the good thing about these shark bites is I can tighten them up a little bit more here, and this PEX is just going to spin. So anyways, these elbows, these push to connect elbows are over $11 a piece. So basically what happened is I had bought a bunch of plumbing parts. I had to go back for some more Teflon tape because I lost my container that's got like 3 packs of it as I've been moving stuff and misplacing things because I'm kind of scatterbrained. But then I had to go back for more plumbing parts again today. So I've been out to 2 different towns today just getting parts. I picked up more rocks while I was at the bigger hardware store. I am going to have to tighten some stuff down, but it's going to be real easy to do. So I had to go back for these elbows because what's going on is, like, if you've never worked with PEX before, so you've got these little, where are they? Oh, maybe I already used them all up in my bag that I brought down here. But you have these little clamps, okay? And then you have to use this thingamabob to pinch the clamp down so that it tightens to keep the PEX from leaking and holds it in place. But now this thing, if you're not if you don't have a lot of arm strength and upper body strength, this can actually be really tough to clamp these things. Now, if I had really huge breaker bars I could put through here on each of them to use as leverage, it would be much better, but I don't have big enough bars for that. I just have big enough ones for like my normal ratchet. And then so if you can imagine trying to get back up in there, and I'm pretty out of shape, and it was always hard, but I forgot how hard these are to clamp. So when you're doing things like some of these, I clamped these while this was on the ground, and then I was able to put one arm of this tool just against the ground for leverage. Okay, so some of these I was able, even this one, I was able to kind of put one of the little arms up against the ground as leverage. But to try to get up in there, it just wasn't going to work out. So I ended up having to spend like another $45 on plumbing parts today, just on 3 elbow push to connects, and then this one straight push to connect. So sorry, it's all crazy down here, but as you can see, it's like all sorts of crazy because I wanted the water to go through this one primary whole house filter before going into my water softener to just catch some big things, because I don't have a spin down filter up in here anymore. Okay, because it just wasn't really doing anything. Like, I never got anything in my spin down filter that I had right after my well, because everything is like too small. Whereas look, I'm putting this thing right behind my water heater. Look at how much junk I already have. I mean, I showed you, but it's just a big difference. So anyways, I wanted to have after one filter, then it goes into the water heater, or the water softener, pardon me. And then it's all crazy because I didn't have enough like clampy things, but then it goes up and it routes in this circle through my house filters, which may or may not need changed. I mean, they do, but it is what it is. You know, this one, I need to reseal the gasket and stuff, and it's no good. But I haven't really changed those because I don't really drink this stuff anyways. So, no, it's not the way it comes out of here. And then it goes into here, and, you know, I thought I was going to have to put another check valve over here, but, you know, I wasn't really thinking straight because it's only if it's within 10 feet of the water heater, but I have this routing so far around in this loop that is fine, because it would have been actually kind of difficult I would have had to go get a spring check valve because I would have had to plumb it in like right here, basically. So anyways, it's all a little bit crazy, but, you know, it's going to work out. I just got to tighten these down a little bit, which is going to be super easy, which is kind of the nice thing, because when you have all steel piping and stuff like that, things don't just spin. It wants to spin everything, whereas this, it's like I can just turn that and everything else will be fine. Sorry. I can just turn this. Everything else is going to be fine. So I just got to open that up. I just turned the electricity back on into my water heater, but I got to pop it to restart it now that it's full again. And then I filled this. Look at how nice this is. It has a little door that just opens, and I put this iron fighter pellets in there. So, you know, I'm lazy, I'm busy, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I'm kind of getting over my poisoning situation, and I'm sure they'll be dropping some more on me shortly. But, yeah, I went ahead and filled this up in here, but I did not test my water beforehand. And I can still do that because I've got this thing right here is my water outlet that is before the filters for my outside water. But anyways, I just kind of let this like default. I mean, I kind of looked into it, but I'll do more with it later. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to take this cover back off if I want to push this stuff. Anyways, I'm super tired. Yeah, I just been running around today, having to get, it's like really unfortunate because trying to buy my truck, I'm like really blessed that it's been taken off the market until I cobble together the money. But since I don't have a local account that is like functioning right now, I gotta just take $400 out of the ATM every day. So I kind of have to go into town every day for that in the meantime. But I'm super excited about my truck. I want to finally get it. Hopefully everything is fine. I just got the oil changed on it today. But yeah, it's all crazy. Now part of the reason is like, well, this is tough because first of all, I want this spin down filter doesn't have to be horizontal like this, but this check valve, the swing gate check valve does. Is part of why I had it this way. And then right over here, basically, it might be one over, is where I'm going to have to eventually drill a hole through this floor and put the plumbing up, and it's going to go up there into the dining nook to go into my on-demand water heater that I'm eventually going to get, and then it's going to come back down through the rest of the heat. But it'll just run through this, and then what I need to do is I need to do some fancy bypass system with a whole bunch of off valves, which these shark bite off valves are hecka expensive. Okay, I mean, it cost me as much to install this spin down filter. It cost me more in parts to install the spin down filter than the spin down filter cost me. But as you can see, because it was pretty, I feel like it was only like $55 or something. But as you can see, it's like it's already worthwhile for me. I know that this is going to be a good move for me in the long run. But anyways, this video is going on 10 minutes. I'm going to let you all go. I'm hungry and I got to turn this back on so I have hot water for a shower before I go to bed, because my feet, I'm not even going to show you. They're nasty. It's been raining all day out there.